Hypnosis session for acknowledging and lowering resistance. Welcome to this hypnosis session for acknowledging and lowering resistance. The purpose of this session is to bring awareness to the walls of resistance we habitually build in an attempt at creating a protective barrier between us and the world. The problem with resistance is that it is the trigger for feeling unsafe, and not necessarily a response to what's happening in the moment. It's the reaction to the resistance being triggered. It is in this practice of acknowledging and lowering our resistance that we are able to see clearly and act accordingly to what's happening in the here and now, and not be emotionally bounced around by the reaction to the false triggers of resistance. Please be in a safe and comfortable place, free from distractions and not driving or operating any machinery. Being receptive to the message is the most beneficial approach to hypnosis. There is a misleading assumption that hypnosis only works if the listener goes into a trance. Know that hypnosis works regardless of whether or not the listener is awake, asleep, or even paying attention. No matter what, the message being shared is received by the subconscious, which is where the untangling happens. As we begin this journey together, please be in a comfortable position in a quiet and safe place. Make adjustments as necessary, taking slow, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, feeling the expanse of the belly as the breaths go in. Relax the body and unwind the mind. That's it. Good. Continue taking deep breaths. In the mind's eye, see all around a pale blue sky. White clouds scattered, floating gently in a soft breeze that brushes the skin, coaxing a sensation of freedom and adventure. Looking around, there's a soft beach and an ocean with lapping waves. Breathe in the clean, salty air, feeling the lungs being cleansed. It's warm, and the ocean breeze is perfect. In one direction is the ocean. Now notice that in another direction is the base of a mountain with a cave entrance that can be seen. And in another direction is a forest with tall trees. Become aware that from one of these directions, the call and invitation to wander over is stronger than the others. There are trails that lead to each of these places, each beginning just past this starting point. Face the trail and begin taking slow steps towards the place that has the strongest pull, the most alluring invitation, the best promise of relief. Walking slowly and deliberately, minding the air, the breeze, the sounds of the birds, trees, and waves. Step number 1, feel the ground. Step number 2, hear the waves. Step number 3, breathe in the salty air. Step number 4, the sound of the trees swaying in the breeze. Step number 5, your skin is responding to the sun being momentarily covered by a cloud. Step number 6, almost there. It feels like the right place at the right time. Step number 7, look around. The beginning of the trail is almost too far away to see now. Step number 8, face back to the direction of the call and continue, sensing the gentle unknown. Step number 9, taking a deep breath in, knowing that this is the correct choice. Step number 10, arrived. Standing strong in the choice to be here, aware of the adventure that awaits, feeling supported and safe, and also excited. It is calm, beautiful, and ripe for exploration. The space feels ancient and alive, full of wisdom, receptivity, and presence. Moving around the space, going deeper in, notice that there is a portal opening, and know that this is what is doing the beckoning. The portal is calling. The portal knows and can offer what is needed for healing. Standing before the portal and taking a deep breath, a feeling of safety and support envelops your aura. At the opening of the portal, visuals begin to come clear. Know that protection is all around and that there is no need to fear. Before you, can be seen the birthplaces of the perceived need for walls of resistance. Some originating from childhood are moments of concern around loud, undiscoverable outside sounds, and loud, not yet understood sounds from inside the home. Outside, it may be traffic or construction or people that can't be seen. Inside, perhaps it's voices speaking in ways that feel unsafe or actions that feel abrupt and threatening. In childhood, we don't have the words or understanding or the ability to question what is happening around us. So we create in our imagination what we think is going on. And since we feel unsafe, we build walls to protect us. The walls of resistance that we habitually build up in an attempt to create a protective barrier between us and the world is the problem. The problem with resistance is that it is the trigger for feeling unsafe and not necessarily a response to what's happening in the moment. It's the reaction to the resistance being triggered. It is in this practice of acknowledging and lowering our resistance that we are able to see clearly and act accordingly to what's happening in the here and now, and not be emotionally bounced around by the reaction to the false triggers of resistance. As we grow into our personhood, we experience a need for external validation, and when those validations fail to arrive, we conclude that there is something about us that is wrong or bad, or we relinquish the ability to simply love ourselves. Then we create more resistance to receiving information about ourselves, lest it be hurtful. When we consider that in fact there is no wrong and there is no right, there is only trajectory, we can look at events with neutrality. This means that when something happens that we perceive as hurting us, we can stop and recognize that that isn't necessarily what's happening. It's simply something going on that we happen to be present for, and there is no reason to allow it to cause us to stop loving ourselves. Take a deep breath. Breathe. Good. Now before you is a face, your face, and around the face is a wall of resistance. And you can see all around this wall are words and phrases that have been said over time that were hurtful, that have been collected in the memory. Either other people have said them, or they were generated from within. However, it can be seen at this time that they are only words. They have no power and no weight. They are not what creates a layered identity. See the words and phrases as they bounce up against the wall of resistance to them. See the words zap the wall of resistance like a bug zapper, triggering a pain response. For this moment only, feel the pain response. The wall of resistance is up, and it's bouncing the words and phrases off, and that is causing perceived pings of pain in the heart and the mind. Breathe. Good. Now it's time to take down the wall of resistance. It is safe to do so. It is an act of self-love to do so. Imagine yourself using your scrolling fingers to lower the wall of resistance until it disappears. Notice that the words do not respond. They continue to float, lifeless. Now start to remove the words and phrases simply by removing them from the space, like removing an open page on your phone. One by one, remove them. They don't exist. They don't represent anything. They aren't truth. And keep removing them. And when they are all gone, look back at your face. It is relaxed. It is relieved. It is joyful. It is healthy. It is alive. It is free. For a moment longer, continue to look and find a renewed love and bond. Feeling the area around the heart, notice that it is open. It is healed. It is free. It is strong. It is safe. There is a renewed awareness of its being and its desire to love the self. It is open to having experiences with clarity and awareness without the false protection of resistance. Know that it is possible to lower resistance in any situation, and that all it takes is awareness and the willingness to do so. Take a deep breath in. Good. The portal is closing. The familiar face smiles a loving goodbye, and fades away. Take a deep breath and know that all that has been achieved has been in the greatest and highest good of all. In the mind's eye, turn around, begin the slow, deliberate walk back to the starting point. As the numbers go from 10 to 1, become aware of the body and awaken slowly. At 1, be fully awake, aware, and well rested. Step number 10, standing strong in the choice to be here, aware of the adventure that awaits, feeling supported and safe, and also excited. Step number 9, taking a deep breath in, knowing that this is the correct choice. Step number 8, continuing on the trail, sensing the gentle unknown. Step number 7, the beginning of the trail is becoming visible. Step number 6, almost there. It feels like the right place at the right time. Step number 5, skin responding to the sun becoming uncovered by the cloud. Step number 4, the sound of the trees swaying in the breeze. Step number 3, breathe the salty air. Step number 2, hear the waves. And step number 1, feel the ground. You are awake, you are aware, you are well rested.